life, yeah.
Hi, my name is Michei Solomon. I'm a Black American male of Haitian descent. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. My family's from Port-au-Prince, Haiti. I have relatives like my aunt and cousins that live in Carrefour, Haiti. And my family here in the United States in Fort Lauderdale. I live in Port St. Lucie, Florida now, but I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we regularly keep in touch with the family in Haiti. We're a very close-knitted family. We're pretty much a Caribbean and Latin American family, and we're very close-knitted. This video is basically about my book that I've written. I'm 51 years old, so I have the kind of experience about the male-female courtship relationship and male-female, being honest, sex game. The male-female sex ritual, sex game. The pursuit, the chase and the pursuit game. And the title of my book, my ebook, it's an ebook that's coming out on Amazon next month, October 2017. October 2017, my ebook is called The Broke Mandingo Guide to Seducing Women. The Broke Mandingo Guide to Seducing Women. Yes, don't be offended by broke. Broke is not the key word. The key word is mandingo. Why is that key word helpful to you, you black male, you brown males? Because mandingo is, the word mandingo is supported by the mandingo myth. The mandingo myth that started by white males hundreds of years ago, but it's kept alive by non-black women, particularly white women. They kept the mandingo myth alive. Think about that for a moment. Just think about that. So the broke mandingo is not an offensive term because of the mandingo myth. Now, the mandingo myth, how did the mandingo myth come about? Well, it's based on a true story. If you ever get a chance to go on Amazon, look up the movie Mandingo. And it'll talk about an African male who was captured in Africa, brought to the United States because he was a big buck, and most of all, he was well endowed. They wanted him to become a, how would you say, they would want him to impregnate other African females so they could keep having strong, buck, athletic type of slaves. But the problem is, there was rumors spreading around the master's yard and territory that this mandingo was very well endowed and he knew how to please women. And that rumor spread from the black woman to the white woman, privileged white woman that lived in the mansion, that lived in upper society. It was spread amongst the women. And it was only kept amongst the women, the black woman and the white woman. The white male had no idea that this rumor was being spread around females, black and white females. But finally, the white male caught up to the myth, caught up to the rumor, and found out that Mandingo was not only sexing the black slave woman, he was also sexing the white master's daughter. And what they did, they lynched him, they castrated him, and they put his sex organ in his mouth while they hung him. And that was almost 200 years ago. And ever since then, right through slavery, right through the end of slavery, right through the Jim Crow era, they were lynching black males, and while they lynched them, they would castrate them and put their sex organs in their mouth because of Mandingo. So you see, the racist, redneck, white man mode of operation of castrating a black male and putting his organ in his mouth while you lynch him, that is that is subconsciously driven. That is subconsciously driven. Even today, there's not a lot of lynching going on today, but when a Klansman, a neo-Nazi, or just a wealthy white male that is racist and is using his powers of firing a black male or blocking black males from getting hired or calling other companies to blackball black males or having a black man that have a record keeping him from getting a job and using the excuse he's a felon. The actual reason behind all these things is because of penis envy. Yes, my friend, penis envy is a motivation of the reason why the black males are at the bottom of the economic ladder in America. We are called lazy. That's a stereotype. We are called dumb. That's a stereotype. We are called criminals. That's a stereotype. We are called unclean. That's a stereotype. But the one myth that we also have, we are called well endowed, extra large, King Kong, slam dunk, whatever you want to call it, king, well endowed. Out of all the races, we are the biggest packers. That's also a stereotype. But guess what? When a white woman is at home alone, or a non-black woman is home alone, and their mate is not home, he's out of town, he's off on a business trip, Asian, Latino, Mexican, any non-black woman, when they're home alone, the husband's gone on a trip, and they have no one else to call to satisfy that urge after midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, they have an urge. Guess what? The Mandingo myth comes to life. And all the other myth, he's a criminal, he's dangerous, he's a rapist. Guess what? When that Mandingo myth comes to life, when that woman is in heat after midnight, all the other myths disappear. Only one myth stays in that female's mind, the Mandingo myth. The Mandingo myth. Now, my theory on Seducing Women is not based on romance novel. My theory on Seducing Women is not based on trying to buy a woman. Because myself, I'm not a wealthy man, but because of the Mandingo myth, I've dated a lot of very attractive women, and some were non-black. But they had one thing in common. They all found me because of the Mandingo myth. Yes, because of the man. I took advantage of that myth, and you should too. Like I said, don't chase women based on romance novels. Don't try to follow women based on becoming wealthy, a wealthy businessman. You should become a wealthy businessman, but for your own purpose. And you will attract a lot of women because you're a wealthy black man, more than you would have been a wealthy white man. You'll be the Mandingo myth like Michael Jordan, number 23. That kind of Mandingo myth. And the millions is going to add on to that myth. But don't chase a woman based on money. Don't chase a woman based on a romance novel. Don't chase a woman based on older men advice. Don't chase a woman based on your appearance and how you look. If you're trying to hook up with a woman, if you want to get married, that's a whole different scenario. I'm not talking about you getting married. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you hooking up with a woman, finding a woman to get in the one-night stand, or if you want to have a long-term, long-term affair based on sexual gratification, and both parties are upfront with each other, and you're practicing safe sex, and both parties are aware of what they're in it for, and they're not looking to get anything else out of it. If you're looking for a woman for gratification, long-term gratification, or short-term gratification, guess what? She's probably looking for the same thing. That's where you two come in mutually accepting each other's wants and desires. My case is this: find a woman Don't chase a woman.
Fais-me sentir moins bien. Baby, you are the one who makes me feel so good. Malgré tout ça, moi fait confondant pour t'appuyer. Si vous existé dans la vie, ça difficile pour moi, c'est que